How many seasons must be played in 1 year for a club 13 years old to win 55 titles? I've been trying to puzzle this out all day. It makes no sense. Welcome back, everyone. Wee bit of fun poked at the Rangers again. I hope the boys take it okay. Wee bit of transfer news on players out and coming in. So it'll be quite a short one again, but it's good to keep the news ticking along, let you guys know what's happening out there. First one was quite a surprise to me actually when I heard it. Atalanta looking at Arne Engels. That is a surprise. I know that we've had him a year, and I know they were looking at. Was it them that was looking at O'Reilly? I think it was them that was looking at O'Reilly beforehand, before they signed for Brighton. Put a few bids in. I think they put a few cheeky bids in actually, and trying to undercut clubs the way Celtic often do, as well. But I think that one, I can't see Celtic selling him after a year, unless they come in with a big offer and Celtic maybe double their money in a year's time. If that's a £25 million offer, then I think there's maybe something in it. But would I want Arne Engels to go? I would say no. I think he is a young player, and I know he's got his critics, and I know he is still to learn and still to get better. But I like him. I think he's got something, and I think Brendan seen that when he went out and agreed to spend the money that he did. I think it was close to £12 million. I think next year he will flourish into a very, very good player. Could see the stems it happening actually in a lot of the games, and I'm hoping that Celtic don't sell him and keep hold of him. For me, good young talent, can progress, definitely can get better, but he's got a great ball into the box. His corners are phenomenal, and some of the balls he puts into the boxes are brilliant. I think where he could get better, I think he could be a wee bit stronger in the tackle. Sometimes I've seen him be decent in the tackle, but I think that's one area that could be stronger. Another area, and I know he scored a few goals, but we've seen a lot of penalties. I'd like to see him score more goals. And we've got him. Well, most of the season we played with McGregor, Hatate, and Engels, and I'd like to see him a wee bit further forward. And if he can put a few goals onto his skill set, then I think he'll become a better player. On other news, we have the boy, I'll try and get this right, Kalidou Sidibe. Seen that's gathering pace. He's the winger I think that we were looking at for a wee while. We are in desperate need of a winger with Jota out. I'm hoping and praying Maeda doesn't go, but my personal thoughts are that clubs will be circling really if Maeda, Kun and Hatate. Those are the three players that I personally think we are in serious trouble if bids come in, because I think if big enough bids come in, then Celtic are always tempted. If you let those three go, you're in a bit of trouble. You'd need to go out and spend a lot of money, and then put this Engels rumour into the mix. That's four of your top players. Clearly you can't go and sell all of them, but Celtic are a selling club, and if clubs come in with decent bids, then some of these players will go. I was on with my colleague Brian the other day, and he was talking 40 million. I don't see it. Even when you're talking Maeda, can't see 40 million. I don't know what you think, but 40 million for me is just not what clubs would come in and pay the Scottish League. God, I would have been saying that with 15 million, 25 million, and now O'Reilly went for near 30. So you never know. Would I take 40 million for Maeda? Yes, but I would rather he stayed. I would keep him. I would do what we could to keep him. I was listening to Super Scoreboard tonight actually, and a guy came on and he was talking about why don't we change our wage structure and try and keep these boys for a wee bit longer, which totally makes sense to me. Give them a wee bit more money and then try and hold on to them and build a team for the Champions League. But then Mark Wilson made a point of how long is it going to keep them? If you up their wages to maybe 50 grand a week, it's another year, and then somebody else comes in and pays the same kind of money that you would be paying when they're on maybe £25,000 a week. So I don't know what the answer is. I'd love to see us paying a wee bit more for players like Maeda, pushing the boat out a wee bit and asking him to stay. I'm hearing again rumours, and it's not going to be rumours that there's a really knockdown price there for Kyogo, and I'm seeing in some places Celtic are interested, in other places Celtic aren't. I can't see that happening. Would I like it to happen? I would. I would like the wee man to come back. I loved him and I was devastated when he left. I haven't missed him though. When you think about it, when you think what Maeda's done, he stepped up big time and we haven't missed him. Ida scored 20 goals between them. That's, I think he's 52, 53, something along those lines. And I think Kyogo's game was more suited to Postecoglou. Super quick, getting it forward and quick balls into the box. The wee man cutting across the defender and scoring. I would love to see him back though. I would take him. If you could go in and pay 5 million for him, I would take that. I would actually go and make the deal happen. Final thing for me to talk about then, and it was kind of out the blue. Brendan Rodgers talking about Greg Taylor. He has come out again and said, look, the deal is not over. The game is not over for him. That he had a long conversation with Greg about his future and about where he fits into the team when Kieran comes back, and he said this on numerous occasions. The two of them can dovetail and work very well in the team, and I would love to see that. So he said it's not 100% that Taylor's going to leave. I was thinking it was over, and I would like Taylor to stay, but I was thinking it was over. But if the manager's coming out and saying I've had a long conversation with him and I've sat down and I've spoke to him about where he fits in and what we can do, then you have to believe him. He was also talking about the agent and the fact that he's 27, Greg, and that this is his last big contract. It kind of is. When you get 27 years old, it's the last big contract you're going to be offered. If you sign a 4-year contract, takes you to 31, clubs don't really want to pay you any more money than you're already on, and big clubs are only going to come in and usually they're not going to come in and take you. But again, would I like to see Taylor stay? I would love to see Taylor stay. I would love to see him and Tierney together. What is the other side of it? If Taylor doesn't sign a contract, then you've got Tierney. We know we've got Tierney, right? Brilliant player, cracking player, but then you need to go and spend how much? I don't know how much money you need to go and spend. You need to go and spend another few million on a decent left back. We don't have anybody in the academy. Schlupp, I think he's been sniffed about with a few other clubs, and I can't see him coming in. I think his wage bills would be a wee bit too rich for Celtic unless he was willing to take a wage cut. But if he's got clubs sniffing about him, then I can't see him staying. All in all, things are heating up. We've got the cup final to look forward to in a few days. In fact, what are we on Thursday, Friday? 2 days. So we've got the cup final to look forward to get us to the treble, and that would be another historic moment for Celtic. But just to finish up, I think my calculator must be broke. I'm still working it. Let's try and fix this thing. 55 titles in 13 years. I don't know what we're talking about. I honestly don't.